Hey, playa, knowing when a girl doesn't like you is almost as important as knowing when she does. Being able to read different signs that she gives off and things that she says so you can know to stop pursuing her. What are those signs? I'm going to share them with you right after this.
This is the Just Beats, you're watching the Just Beat.
For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh, and every single Monday through Friday, I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. So, if you want to learn and grow, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click on the notification bell. Now, before I share these signs, I think it's important to point out that every situation is different. Sometimes your crush will be a little bit more subtle in how they don't like you, sometimes they'll be more straightforward. The point isn't so much how they show you they don't like you, it's for you to recognize that they're showing you. Don't push through waiting for the no, the direct no, because sometimes you may not get that. It's important to recognize signs and to act on those rather than always what they say. So on that note, the first sign you should be looking for is that she doesn't really respond to your messages, or she doesn't respond at all. Maybe she'll give you things like cool, hey, haha, K, all these tiny little messages just to kind of answer your question without actually engaging in it. If the conversations between you two are kind of lackluster, it could be a multitude of things, like you're not really sending interesting messages, you're catching her at a bad time, but I would take her lack of response, her lack of willingness to really engage in the conversation as a sign of disinterest. You may want to try again by talking to her in person or messaging her at a different time, but take that social cue that she's just not that into talking to you right now. And you might only make it worse by continuously messaging her, thinking that the more you send her messages, the better chance you have of her responding. Actually, it's all about deeper, engaged messages that really matter. The quantity isn't what you're really looking for, it's quality above all else. The second sign is a very, very subtle one that you have to really pay attention to in order to pick up on. And that's when she refers to you as something like a brother, or says she can only ever imagine you as a friend. If she's boxing you into that category of biffle or brother or best friend, then chances are she can't really even imagine a romantic relationship with you. She enjoys the type of friendship that you have, and the idea of taking a chance on a relationship might be so foreign and just out of her comfort zone. Now, the mistake a lot of guys make here is that they think by continuing in that role they have a better chance with the girl, but actually the deeper you go in, the more of a best friend you become, the harder it's going to be for you to develop something with her later on. So you got to make that choice. Do you want to continue being friends, or do you want to pursue her in a romantic way? The third sign that she doesn't like you is that she starts to talk to you about other guys she has crushes on. Maybe she'll tell you all about a guy that she likes or she wants to ask out, and she seeks your advice to figure out how to talk to them. Well, in those cases, I think it's clear cut that she does only see you as a friend, but even telling you about other people is her making it obvious, hey, I don't like you, I like someone else. I dealt with this with one of my high school crushes, and it stung. Hearing her talk about another guy that she liked only made me angry and upset, and instead of recognizing that, hey, she doesn't actually like me, I just blocked it out and pretended like it didn't exist. And there's probably a number of reasons why she's telling you about other guys, but one of those reasons usually ends up being because she wants you to recognize that she doesn't like you and that she likes other people. The fourth sign is another subtle one, and that's whenever you're talking to her, she's never really engaged and is always trying to find ways to escape the conversation. Now, this usually plays out by her not really responding to you and making eye contact, but looking around for other people that she knows so that she can get their attention so they can come in and save her from the conversation. Now, when you realize this is happening, it stings, it hurts, but instead of directing your anger at her and being upset that she's not fully present and engaged, recognize that she doesn't feel comfortable in that moment. She doesn't know what to say, and she just may not know you all that well to feel okay talking to you. If she knows that you like her, or she suspects that you do, then she's going to assume that you talking to her is you kind of asking her out or dropping your feelings on her or doing something like that. So it might make her feel uncomfortable because she won't know how to respond when you actually say something like, I like you, what do you think about that? In those moments, it's easier for her to kind of find someone else to bail her out. So don't take it so personal, just recognize that it's her own discomfort coming to surface. And the fifth sign is as straightforward can get. She flat out tells you she doesn't like you. A lot of times this is hard for guys to take in because while you still have feelings, you're hoping that one day you can change her mind or get her to think differently. But if she's flat out telling you she doesn't like you, then respect that. Don't push her to be in an uncomfortable position where she has to say it more aggressively or more forcefully. If she tells you she doesn't like you, accept that. I know, guys, it hurts getting rejected, but if she's worked up the courage to tell you that she doesn't like you, then she's just being honest with you. And that's the most you can ever ask from someone. She's telling you to stop pursuing her, stop hoping that you have a chance, and to just realize that she's not that into you. And sometimes it's better when the person's honest with you. You don't have to deal with mixed signals. You don't have to deal with confusion about how they feel and reading into all their behaviors when they look at you, when they smile at you. You just know that you can move on, talk to other people, focus on building yourself, and you don't have to keep investing time into something that's not going to lead to anything. So my question for you is, does your crush give off any of these signs? If they do, it's time for you to check out my next video, which is all about when to give up and stop pursuing your crush. I talk about how to do that in that video, so tap it on the screen right now. And on that note, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. As always, love and peace.